Good evening, good morning from wherever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in once again to my channel. For returning viewers, welcome back. For new viewers, welcome home. Kindly just go and subscribe and like to my channel because YouTube is saying that most of you are watching my channel, my content, but you're not necessarily subscribing. So just go subscribe, click the like button, and I'll truly appreciate. So today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. And that topic is how this phone can make you poor. Yes. Do you know that just by buying credit or data bundles every day, you can be poor? And today we are also going to look at practical examples of that. Then I'm also going to give you alternatives on how you can be able to save from this data and credit purchase so that you earn something from it, okay? So you just try and maximize or rather do proper budgeting, then you'll be able to save as well as earn something from it. So how is it working? Assuming you're spending 200 shillings per day just on credit and data, that will come to around 6,000 a month. 6,000 a month, if you multiply that by 12, that will be rounded off to, let's say, 72,000. So technically, you're spending 72,000 per year on credit and data. But is it really realistic? So what are some of the ways that we can do so that we try and manage this gap? And by the way, this thing is something that most people overlook. Every day you have money on your M-Pesa, you're like, okay, I need 50 shillings to maybe call somebody, and the offers you're being given last for a period of time, let's say 2 hours. Then it reaches at 2 hours, that is from 8 to 10. It comes to 12, you also need to make a call, or somebody has flashed you, so you have to call back. You buy some minutes, you buy some data. By the end of the day, you have spent something close to 200 shillings or even close to 300, and even some go to 500 shillings. Personally, it reached a point whereby when my Wi-Fi is down, I used to spend even 500 shillings just on data. Then I realized that this is overspending. When I tried to track the amount of money that I was using per month, it was even more than that 6,000. So what are some of the ways that we can use or we can explore so that we are in a position to save this money? And just imagine if you were to save, let's say, that 72, you are to save the 6,000 on a money market fund every month for a whole year. That will give you around, just let me do the math. And this, I'm looking at, you've put it in a money market fund account, and the interest rate per annum is at 10%. So how much will that bring you? Oh, wow. You'll be able to earn 77,400 principal plus interest annually. And remember, 10% is the least. Actually, there are money market fund accounts right now that give you 20% interest rates, 15% interest rates. But if we are to look at just 10%, you stand to earn 77,400 shillings annually, principal plus interest. And if you are to save that amount continuously for 5 years, let's see how much you can earn. Just give me a minute. So 5 with that 10% interest, that gives us okay, that gives us just a minute. That gives us 472,800 Kenyan shillings. And that is for 5 years, principal plus interest. Yet this is the amount of money most of us, because I'm using 200 shillings per day on average, most of us spend this unknowingly on data and credit. So just think about it, how much you can save. Now, another thing is that what are now the options that we have so that we are able to cut down on cost as far as credit and data is concerned? So you can switch on to monthly subscriptions. With all our telco subscribers, I think we have Safaricom, Airtel. I don't know whether Telcom currently exists, but it also used to have very good offers. So like when you go to, I think Safaricom, with 1,000 shillings, you can get around 3 GB with 400 minutes. And disclaimer, I'm not marketing them. Nobody has paid me to market them, but I have to inform you this so that you know where you're going to go. Then also in Airtel, on Airtel, they also have the same service with large, I think 800 minutes, 8 GB or 5 GB, and you can get this at 1,500 shillings. So when when you budget your monthly expenses like that, so I need data at times when I'm not in the house. I need to be able to make calls as well as maybe browse through the digital spaces, whatever you want to do. So you can maybe subscribe the 1001. Then when you come to Wi-Fi, I'm at home. What are the available, let's say, Wi-Fi packages that maybe I can subscribe to? You can consider packages. Let's say we have an internet service provider that you pay 1,500 shillings and you have 5 Mbps. Other companies are giving you 5 Mbps, let's say at 2,000. So if you, let's say, roughly you take the 1,000 for your phone, internet, and minutes bundle, then the 2,000, then the 1,500 or 2,000 for your Wi-Fi service. So that means for an entire month, instead of spending 6,000 shillings, you can cut down that cost down by half of the amount. So you can only be spending 3,000. That is, let's say, 1,000 for your monthly subscription on your data and minutes here. Then 1,500 or 2,000 for your Wi-Fi in the house. So you are covered, but you have cut down the cost with 3,000. Okay, so that is just one of the ways that you can use to cut down on cost when it comes to saving. And I want you to do a personal tracking for you, because you see at times when you talk about these things, many people say like it's just talking because maybe we are passing information that cannot be quantified. But sit down one day, and even after you watch this video, just sit down and do a calculation. How much have you spent for a week when it comes to data and credit? Then ask yourself, was it really necessary, or is there any other offer that you can exploit? Okay? Now, there's some behavioral changes that I would really like to suggest. And these behavioral changes will just be able to help you manage your finances well, as far as data, credit, or even Wi-Fi services are concerned. So first of all, create a budget. How much can you afford in a month? The moment you first create a budget, ensure you stick to it. So you have first done the audit of how much you've spent last month. You've seen maybe you've been spending 5,000, 6,000, or even 7,000. Now create a budget. Budget for that expense. You might overlook, but trust me, data and credit can make you go poor. It reaches mid-month, you don't have enough money, so you start using things like Okoa Jahazi, you start using things like credit facilities. You even call people, hey, assist me with 200 shillings, I need to buy some credit or something, I'll refund. So you start taking these debts unknowingly that this thing is draining you down. You have to make that call. It is necessary, but how best can you plan for it? So make sure you come up with a budget. The next thing is track that budget. Track that expense. Track your usage. Because if you buy 400 minutes, you can even talk within a week, and the 400 minutes is over. Will you go again and purchase another monthly subscription for 1,000 shillings? That means you're getting out of your budget. So if you purchase these monthly subscriptions, then make sure you can track the usage, okay? So that you don't end up overspending on the same. So once you do this, I believe you'll be in a better position to track your expense and also to create a budget and manage your finances well. And as I've given you the practical experience, out of your entire monthly credit and data budget, you can cut down that by half just by following these things that I've given you, okay? So I believe this video will be able to just change our financial behavior or habits when it comes to how we utilize it on data and credit. With that said and done, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. I really, truly appreciate your support. Remember to like and subscribe. And with that said and done, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good